We got Zara. That's who I woke up as this morning. Designed to be a spiritual person encompassing the divine and feminine. And then how she was built to be perceived as like kind, trustworthy, someone that you could talk to and like not feel judged. Not all of us are good at that. Jezebel, she's what we call a misguided protector. Meaning that what she was trying to do was keep us safe, it just was not working. Can and will turn everything into a sexual innuendo. Full-blown narcissist is what it says here. I don't know if that's accurate, but she does have a lot of narcissistic tendencies. Probably got it from my mom. Likes herself, her reflection, selfies, being pretty in public, okay. Then Anastasia likes TikTok, hot pink and lime green. She was born in middle school because there's this girl in our class that was the most popular. And because Tara was hosting at the time, didn't know how to talk to people or like be popular, Anastasia was born to essentially become a carbon copy of our friend Asia. She is. That's why lime green and hot pink are her favorite colors, because that was Asia's favorite colors. And then next we got Esme, was born out of Tara. This is the version of Tara that can talk to people and give speeches, things like that. Is very extroverted. Tara dislikes extroverts. It's very important to them that I let you know they have an IQ of 125. And Tara is short for terabyte. They have photographic and phonographic memory, a blessing and a curse. It is the reason why they hold almost all of the trauma, because they literally cannot forget it.
If I could build a spaceship, I wonder.
Home life was rough. As part of why I developed, not part of, it's the entire reason why I developed DID. When your brain is kind of like, what? I can't process this. And so your brain is like, okay, let's just kind of box that up and put it in a place that we don't have to touch until you can understand what's going on. The more your brain does that, the more memory blocks and stuff there go in between, you know, life, which caused more trauma for me, because growing up in a Black household, saying I don't know or I don't remember is not an answer for anything. Alters developed to try to protect me, which caused even more problems because their method of protection was just straight up defiance. And then school life was different because I was actually homeschooled from 1st grade to 6th grade. So home life and school life were essentially the same for a long time. 7th grade year, depression hit me like a truck. I actually ended up getting bullied a lot in like middle and high school because I was just strange. I was just a strange little child, and I never seemed to act like the same person. The first half of my day was completely different from the second half of my day. Like I didn't even feel like the same person, but I didn't really know how to articulate that. I just knew that in the morning I was depressed, and in the afternoon absolutely nothing could bother me. It was hard to feel like I was living my life. I didn't really feel like I woke up until I was maybe 19. I actually got institutionalized a little bit after my 18th birthday. I did a little psych eval. I started talking about like how ever since I was young, I always felt like I was dreaming, and it's very rare for me to feel like I'm awake and conscious and like in the moment. I just started sobbing about how everything was so hard because I was always contradicting myself. By like day 3, my psychiatrist handed me a pamphlet. He was like, I want you to look at this. It's about dissociative identity disorder. I actually don't think that that's anything like what I have. I've done a lot of research about mental disorders and it doesn't really feel like me. Turns out it's almost impossible for you to see that you have alters because they're designed to keep you from seeing them. I had the most intense experience of just alters coming out and speaking and me being like, okay, I'm walking, but I don't feel my legs moving. Or I'm really conscious about what's going on, but I can't speak. Or I feel like a kid. What's going on? And I was just completely unmasked for the first time because my alter's like, oh, it's safe. We can be crazy here. I was like, man, I really would like a system name to describe all of my alters working together, because it's just a lot to be like, yeah, Esme and Zara and Tara and all. And they were like, well, you're a musician, you're a singer. And I was like, yeah, I was lyric at one point. They were like, what about Symphony? And I was like, so singing for us is more than just like a passion. It is a comfort. It's the reason why we're alive most of the time. The fact that I can sing a note and it sounds good. Post-diagnosis, there are some songs that we wrote with the intention of writing about DID. Pieces is the only song that's about the disorder as a whole, like what it's like being multiple parts, because almost every other line in the song is a different alter speaking. I'm in pieces, I'm falling apart, who knew it could be this hard, is Tara. Let me ask you a question, where do I start? Esme, very analytical. Anastasia, I'm not ready to play this card. Then Jezebel, since I've been playing since way back when, I'm just not sure where I'm to begin. And then Esme back there, ain't no rules, nothing to lose. Tara, got another question, what do I do? Because I'm in pieces. Everybody's in pieces. I envision Superstar. As we learn how to work together as Symphony, our music, even how it sounds, is changing. I envision that our music career is the most expansive, most encompassing DID experience through music and art. If you come to a Symphony concert, you're gonna feel like you're dissociating in a good way. You're gonna feel like you're experiencing switches with us. I don't intend to perform as one alter the whole time. I don't intend to pretend I'm not switching. All of the messages come together as a result of being multiple people with multiple things to say. Let me offer you an introduction. I'm not the one you know, I am the unexpected, self-perfected, born from the flames, but I rise like a phoenix, got a bird attitude, said I'm fly, I got 3 chicks, my name but Entré, I flirt like a femme, and I walk like a pimp, but they like how I dress, they obsessed with the kid, and I'm quick with the pen, I'm a word connoisseur, bring the heat, I'm a chef. Symphony.